I actually was asked to stop dancing, and I had been doing so for 16 years because I didn't fit into the costumes they provided, which was devastating. I still get a reaction when I remember that little me, still. And it's taken me years to really embrace dance again.
I think for me, it happened at a young age too. I actually have a similar experience where I'll never forget. I was in ballet and we were in the Nutcracker, and I was bigger than everybody else in this like leotard and really uncomfortable. And then as I got older, I gained a significant amount of weight.
I never felt like anything was wrong until I was in a bikini at my brother's birthday party, and I was in 2nd grade, and I remember going into the basement. I don't know if I was feeling ashamed, but I just remembered like needing to get away from everyone. And I remember looking down and it was like, this is the last time you're ever wearing a bikini.
Yeah. I had really a very different experience. I was extremely small when I was young. I was really late to develop. I was very, very tiny, and I had a child very young in life. And so I was the only one of my peers who all of a sudden had a stomach. And I had never had a stomach, and I still have it. And I think that I was ashamed. And so I would try to hide it by wearing big baggy clothes, which actually makes you look bigger than you really are. And so that was the first time in my adult life that I stopped and I said, what am I doing to myself?
I can't imagine a time when I felt like I was right. So I don't really remember thinking that I was fat when I was a kid, but I thought that I was different.
I think for me, I'm adopted. My sister was adopted, and she was dark-haired and beautiful skin. I was little and round and freckled and red hair, and I just didn't look, like her. And I didn't look like my mom either, and so I just felt different in that regard.
Yeah, it was after college for me. I came home after my freshman year and gaining the freshman 40. And my high school boyfriend's mother said to me, so-and-so didn't recognize you, and you've grown and not up. And my heart sunk.
Yeah. Mine happened when I was like 14, and more because I was in sport and I had to take a break. So I went from being this prepubescent girl in figure skating, having this little bit of break at the same time of going through puberty and getting boobs and hips, and then going back into the sport and having this like, oh, well, you're not like you were, and you're softer. And it wasn't like, yay. It was like, can you go back? And it just was really hard to like completely reject this transformation of who I was going to be, and having this like, this is what I'm supposed to be like. Flat chested, no hips, no boobs. I have to get back there.
I kind of remember around the time when I started developing and how awkward that was.
Totally what I was gonna say.
Shopping for bras and maybe being one of the first ones to shop for a bra. And then at the same time reading those teen magazines that were always talking about girls, like models and what they ate, but also when you're reading like the heartthrob ones where they're talking about the male stars that were like teen heartthrobs and the kinds of girls that they liked, and thinking like, oh, I'm never gonna measure up like that. They would probably never like me.
There's one that sticks out that I was in a swimsuit and it had ripped on the side, the seam had ripped. And someone in my family had said, oh, you gotta lay off the Oreos. And I just remember thinking that it wasn't the swimsuit that was wrong, it was me that was wrong. So there were moments like that stick with me, and it just eventually over time, it's hard, it became this idea that it's not the clothes that are wrong, it's you.
By 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, then I was, especially these were way bigger than everyone else's, and just kind of getting more attention, but I didn't know what to do with it, and then it was wrong to show them, but I didn't know what to do with them, and I feel like it kind of makes me feel guilty, but I feel like I got some of that from my mom too, just like, oh, you know, you should cover that up. And that's probably just something that she learned, you know. It's kind of passed down, not only in society, but also like from our parents, from our mom, because that's what she knows. You know?